executed the test case. I'm going to do the same thing. Now all my test cases are executed. I'm going to upload my testing results output to the test manager. And I should see that reflecting over here. As you can see, a few seconds ago, 4 tests were executed and uploaded, and all of them were passed. Before we started this, we had also instructed Autopilot to generate insights. So let's see what it has done there. So as you can see, a new alert got generated. Okay, let me see. Yeah, it has generated this results 10 minutes ago. If I click on the insights, it's generating the summary of that execution. When we instructed it to generate the report, at that point only 2 test cases were executed, and it was a 100% passed scenario, like all the test case executions were passed. So it has generated a small summary of it. I can also download the summary, and it will generate like a Word file. I can open this Word file. It will be like a small format, and then I can present this or email this to the stakeholders. Yeah. So I think what we saw, uh, just to summarize, what we saw today is uh, 2 different applications which we wanted to automate, encompassing positive and negative test case scenarios. So by studying the requirements, we fed it to Autopilot to automatically generate the test cases. We chose close to 4 test cases for automating, fed those to the uh, Autopilot coded workflow generation in Studio. Autopilot assisted us in generating the code behind. We validated the test case, made it minor corrections, executed them, passed the execution results back to the test manager, instructed the Autopilot to perform the insights on the test results. It generated a summary report for us. We downloaded the report and we're good to share it with the stakeholders. Typically, in a normal testing lifecycle, if it involves a very complex project, it can take uh, several days or even months to execute all of these steps. With Autopilot coming into play, you can drastically reduce that effort to matter of like days, if not minutes or hours, right? So I wanted to showcase that with this example. I hope you guys got some good insights on how this can be used for building or leveraging the experience further. With that, let me um, pass the control back to Priyesh. If there are any specific questions, we'll be happy to take that as well. Stopping.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Shreyas. So with that, and like with every community session, we have a quiz at the end, and then we will go through the questions as well, which are being provided on Slido. Few of them I have answered already. Few of them which are open, we can take it up after the quiz. So let me. So let me share my screen. You will see a. 1 minute. Just give me a minute. Something is wrong. My side. Okay. Yep. So there is a barcode which you'll see on the left hand side. You can start, scanning that from your devices, from your mobile phones. You can join it, and then they will give a couple of minutes for the folks to join in, and then we'll start the quiz. Couple of questions in the quiz, just as a hint, are something which we have covered in the session today from a use case perspective as well. So let's see who has given a right focus over here and who can answer those correctly. It's a short quiz. We have only 5 questions. There is no 10 questions, so you have to be careful when you're answering the questions. Okay, another minute and then we'll start. Okay, I hope everyone is ready. I'll give it a go.
Let's give few more seconds. I think we have
Mhm.
still people joining
Okay,
because we have around 30 people and only 13 people have joined. Yeah, 15 more seconds and we can start then the
Mhm.
first question.
Sure.
Okay, let's get
Okay,
started.
okay. So here is the first question. What are the different sequential stages of testing automation lifecycle? So 71% has given us option B, 14% to option A and C. Let's see what is the correct answer. Yes, that is option B, which is define, design, automate, execute, and analyze. Let's see who is there on the leaderboard. We have Lavi, followed by Umesh on the leaderboard. Let's go to the next question.
Guys, you need to be fast and right
Yep.
to win the game.
What is in coming soon for Autopilot under UiPath Test Suite? Okay, time's up. See, so 36% have given us AI-powered test generation, 29 for option B, test automation, 7% for insights, and 29% for quality checks. So we covered on this. We talked about AI-powered automated quality checks are coming soon. However, the other three are already available into the autopilot feature for test suite. Let's see. Okay, we still have Lavi on the leaderboard, followed by Dylan. Let's go on to the next question. So automated feature for test suite is supported for which project types in Studio? Let's see. So 19% for option A, Windows only, 75% for option C. The correct answer is option C, which is Windows and cross-platform both. And Lavi is still there, followed by Dylan. So, yep, fourth question is coming. How can you use Autopilot for testing automation in the UiPath Studio? So 57% to option A and 43% to option B. Correct option is option A. It's just like somewhere the steps are being changed in option B. See, okay, we still have Lavi now followed by Atul. And the last question, now this is a trick question, and this is mostly onto the demo that is being presented on the use cases. So let's see who has given proper attention on that part. Which of the test scenarios were not covered under today's session? Okay. So 71% says insert kite item. We still have something for option A and B. The correct answer is option C, which is insert kite items. We did cover validate email format and submit load like best. With that, okay, we have Lavi who is running the leaderboard, followed by Atul and Bay. Lavi, if you can paste your email ID onto the chat, I think Vibhor, you can take it from there.
Yes, I
We'll
will do
have some
that.
goodies for you.
Congratulations, Lavi. You will be getting some voucher.
Okay,
and you can
now,
use UiPath Store. Yeah.
now I'll leave the floor open for any kind of a Q&A. We still have some time left, so let's go through it. So please feel free to unmute yourself and ask questions.
I can see a few questions, Priyation, in the Slido link. Majority are answered. One or two I could not understand. Like one was related to coding automation can be performed in enterprise solution. Anyone wants to elaborate a little bit on that? Can we discuss it? Okay, not sure. Maybe we don't have the person who posted the question still on call, but yeah. Apart from that, I think uh, most of the questions are answered. Couple I'm still in process of answering, but yeah. If there are any more, floor is open, guys. We have still 5 minutes left.
Hi, Yafi here. So I wanted to know, there are actually three features. One is when you generated the inside the report, it said failed test report. So is it the naming convention from the test manager that even if all the test cases passes, the generate inside report will always say that it's a failed test report?
Yes, that was a good observation. Actually, even I didn't observe that until you posted that question. Afi. I responded on Slido, but yeah, you're right. I think that's a naming convention error. I think maybe the reason it is named like that is when you email it to the stakeholders, they will be probably more interested in looking at what are the failed test cases. But yeah, I think in this specific case, all the test cases were successfully executed, and maybe the
Mm-hmm.
system should be intelligent enough to understand that and name the document also accordingly. It hasn't done that. So generically speaking, anything that Autopilot does, it's very critical or important to review all the outputs, apply the human logic to it. I think it will evolve and grow and like, improve over a period of time. It's in its nascent stages. But yeah, that was a good catch. Like it should have been called as a test case summary or something like that is more apt.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, I just wanted to know that. Another thing is, with the numbering of the requirement and the test cases, if you go to test manager,
Mhm,
so after creating a test case, if we go back to to the requirement section, and if
mhm,
I'm creating another requirement, it actually generates the last numeric number after the test case, not as a requirement number. For example, if I have requirement 1, 2, 3,
mhm,
and then 4, 5, 6 goes for my test case scenario, right?
mhm.
Now I realize that I have to create, or there's like a manager comes in and the BDD says that, okay, we have to create another requirement. But that numbering comes not as 1, 2, 3, 4, it comes as 7 because there
Yeah,
have been 4, 5, 6 test case. Is
right.
there a way to change, we can do that, or is it something that fixed, we go with the key value that is auto generated from the test manager?
Yeah, I think that particular I wouldn't say feature, that kind of behavior is not specific to Autopilot, if I'm not wrong. I think that is something even without Autopilot, if you do it, it will generate it in that sequence. I don't think it's hard and fast that you should, stick to that. But I think changing that key, as long as that key is not used, right? That ID is not used, you can change the numbering. It will basically, what it will do is it will go in backend database and it will update the mapping of ID and the test case description in it. So you can change that. But yeah, that is how it is sequenced. That experience remains same prior to how it was before Autopilot also. I think probably, I don't know for certain, but when the uh, Autopilot for requirements feature, which is coming soon, will come, they may probably put this intelligence into the Autopilot platform to understand that what is the correct sequence and make the corrections behind the scenes also. But you can also submit this as a feedback in the insider portal. It's a good one.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Cool.
Oh, sorry, another one more quick question. Since we are building something for our clients, for the API, let's say if I'm testing for the API of the UI Bank application as a use case, can I use the same feature as Autopilot from in the enterprise solution to generate it?
Personally, I haven't tried it, to be honest, but I think it will apply general .NET coding principles. So if the APIs are available, it will try to download corresponding dependencies. As you saw, it is not very accurate with downloading the packages and identifying the dependencies and all. It will generate a skeleton code for you. I can say that for sure, but I think you will need to make more corrections as compared to what you would need to do for a typical UiPath selector or UI automation based workflows, because it would have got more trained data on that as opposed to what it would have for a third-party API solution, right? But it will at least give you like a skeleton's code. I think it will be more applicable for someone who is like totally not well versed with programming at all. He will at least get some head start with it, but some level of optimization of code will have to be done from that point.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much, Suresh. Thanks.
No problem.
Are there any more last minute questions? We have only 1 minute left for the session. So any more questions? Okay, I take that as no. So I think hand over back to you, Vibhor.
Thank you everyone for joining the call. And you can, if you have not joined our chapter, please join the chapter so that you can stay updated on next session. And we will also be uploading the recording on the same page where you are as repeat. So yeah, thank you so much for your time today. And thank you all the speakers for being here.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Have a
everyone.
nice evening.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
guys. Thanks.
Thanks, guys. That was brilliant. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.